Welcome to Marco Yoga. My name is Coco, and this is my offering. Thank you for being here. I'm always trying to find a system in how can I improve you, how can I improve my surroundings, so that way that energy will improve myself. So it's about interaction. That's what I have learned when we relate to one another, how to work with the opposite so that we understand how to find that clear dialogue, bring light into the issues so that we can see it really clear. So I'm gonna do a poll. It's gonna be in my story, and I hope that you can actually not hope, go at it, and then just give us information so that we can improve our communication. We can improve our way of practicing yoga and how to exchange. So thank you for being here, and let's begin our practice. Cisa is here. She's going to help us. And I want you now to come to child's pose, toes together, heels apart. And then rest your abdomen on your thighs. And rest your forehead in the ground. And rest your arms alongside your body, palms facing up. We begin the practice by bowing. We begin the practice by moving inward. Involution towards evolution. We want to understand what is the present condition of the inside so that we can improve. So we're going to use then these asanas, pranayama. We're going to use some of those 8 limbs of the Ashtanga yoga system so that we can get to the next level. How can we transcend? So let go of whatever happened today and start to pay attention to what's happening right now. So use your senses. Sense of touch, sense of hearing, sense of taste, sense of smell, sight. Gather information, and now another tool to help us come to the now is by paying attention to the breathing. So start slowly to feel your inhales, feel your exhales, feel the duality, the positive and the negative. So we're going to start to understand where is your attention. Your attention is moving right now towards the breath. You're moving your awareness towards the inhales and towards the exhale, sensing energy, because energy is where it's at. So pay attention to the energy, pay attention to the breath. And now slowly, keeping your eyes closed, move your hands alongside your knees, press the ground, push down, lift up the torso to an upright position. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, samastitihi, looking for the negative and the positive together so that we can find the oneness. Bow your head towards your heart and create a clear intention with an elevated emotion. So feel, what do you want to achieve in your head? What do you want to achieve with your heart? And we're going to open up the heart because there is a really powerful moon that's coming. And it has an impact on all of us because the moon has an impact in the waters. And our bodies are 72% composed of water. So create your intention, and whenever you're ready, lift up your chin, open your eyes, and bow forward. Good. Move your arms forward. Feel the ground. Start to be alert about the feeling of the ground, pressing your hands downward, lifting your forearms upward, moving your forearms towards each other. And now slowly, with an inhale, come up to your hands and knees. With an exhale, go forward and down. We're going to create fluidity. With an inhale, go forward and up. And with an exhale, push the ground and move the pelvis back. Maintain, stay connected. Inhale, come up, hands and knees. Exhale, forward and down. Following the inhale, forward and up. And exhale, sit and bounce to the heels with fluidity. Following the inhale, lift up. Following the exhale, forward and down. Following the inhale, forward and up. Following the exhale, pelvis back, keeping your hands active. Follow the inhale and lift. With the exhale, go forward and down. With an inhale, forward and up. And with an exhale, sitting bones to the heels. And let's do 2 more like that. Follow the inhale and lift. Breath, lift you. Exhale, lunge, collarbones open. Inhale, forward and up, so you open up the heart. And exhale, sitting bones to the heels. And let's do one more like that. Follow the inhale, inflate and lift. Deflate and go forward and down. You control the landing. Forward and up. Roll your toes and lift up to downward dog. So feel your downward dog. Stay alert about the downward dog. With an inhale, come to plank so we can continue creating that movement. And with an exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, plank. We're working on the body and the water. Exhale, back to downward dog. Good. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, come to plank. Find resistance in your legs. Exhale, back to downward dog. Find resistance in your arms. Inhale, come to plank. Find resistance in the legs. Exhale, back to downward dog. Resistance in the arms. 1 more. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Stay alert. Now bring your knees to the ground and bring your right foot forward. All the one between the hand. Place the right foot in the ground and bring both hands on top of the right knee. Point with the left toes to the back and feel the 5 toenails on the left foot. Be clear about it because we're going to start to say hello to the Lord of the stars. Yes, Chandra, the moon. So stay in position. I want you to make sure that the left shin is in the ground, that the right foot is giving you information. Now release your hands alongside your body and create an outward rotation of your arms. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. And with an exhale, arms alongside your body. Inhale, outward rotation of your arms, going to the moon. Exhale, palms facing down to earth. 3 more. Inhale, lift up to the north. Exhale, arms alongside your body with resistance in the air. 2 more. Inhale, lift up, high up to the night maker. Exhale alongside your body. And let's do 1 more like that. Inhale, lift up to the crown of the head, the divine nectar of immortality. Exhale, hands to the ground. Now roll your left toes under, lift up the left knee, pressing that right foot. Inhale, swing your arms up to high lunge so that you can feel now the energy flowing with more fluidity. And exhale, hands to the ground, creating stability. Inhale with fluidity, bring the right foot back, and with fluidity forward and down with your heart open. Inhale, forward and up, outward rotation of your arms, and go back to downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring your knees to the ground and bring the left foot forward. Place the left foot next to the left hand and make sure that the left foot is clear, that you're sensing the stability. Press the right shin in the ground, and once you feel that the right shin is pressing downward and the left foot is pressing downward, lift up and bring both hands on top of the knee. Start to sense how to be vertical. Be chin level, that's one way to understand that level of verticality. And now keep your hands alongside your body, palms facing the body. And then with an inhale, palms facing up, lift up to the north. And with an exhale, alongside your body, with resistance in the air. Inhale, outward rotation of your arms, lifting up to the north. Exhale, with resistance in the air. 3 more. Inhale, feel the ground and pay attention to the fluidity. Exhale, let's do 2 more like that. Inhale up, we're looking for cohesion, for polarity. Exhale for adhesion. 1 more. Inhale up to the north and exhale to the south. Hands in the ground. Roll your right toes under. Lift up the right knee. Feel the power of the right leg. And inhale, lift up to high lunge, maintaining that stability that Caesar created on the left leg. And exhale, hands to the ground, creating stability. Inhale, bring the left foot back. And forward and halfway down. Then forward and up. Outward rotation of your arms. and go back to downward dog with an inward rotation on your thighs. So stay there, and I want you now to reflect about the moon, about what does it feel when you think about the moon, that the night maker. Can you pay attention to the crown of your head and feel as if you are moving through water, because the moon affects our waters. So we want to start to move from this beta to alpha energy. We want to move from the unconscious to the conscious, and then go to the subconscious. We want to use the moon for that, so that we don't become lunatics. So we can turn into lunatics. We know a bunch of lunatics around, including this Wi-Fi. Sometimes it's lunatic. Come to plank, feel the plank, steady, stay alert, and now bring the right foot forward, all the way between your hands, steady. With an inhale, lift up to high lunge, all the way up. Yep, and now move your arms in front of your shoulders. Bring the left elbow underneath the right elbow, flex your elbows, and press your palms against each other. Now, I want you to feel that you are creating a right angle between your forearms and your upper arms, and between your upper arms and your torso. So feel the relationship, those right angles between your forearms, upper arms, and your spinal column, and the spinal column and that right leg. Only 3 more rounds of breath. Just observing the breathing, observing the movement of the water. There is a relationship between your hands and your heart, the breath and your heart. And release your hands, swing your arms up. Exhale, hands to the ground, shoulder distance apart. We follow the inhale and move that right foot back as if you are moving through water, and then forward and halfway down, underwater, forward and up. That's right. That's how I surf on the ground, on the beach, and go back to downward dog. That's how I do body surf. I'm going to show you how I do body surf. Now slowly inhale, left leg up. With an exhale, bring the left foot forward, all the way between your hands. Plant the left foot. Then inhale, lift up. We look for the stability in the ground. In other words, you are sensing right now the energy of stability. In other words, balancing right, left, front, and back. Those 4 sides, you balance them, you're going to create stability. Now move your arms forward in front of your shoulders. Now bring the right elbow underneath. Flex your elbows, press your palms against each other, and then again, I want you to feel that right angle between your forearms and your upper arms. Feel the right angle between that left foot and the left shin, between the left shin and the left thigh. And then we're looking for the right angle between that left thigh bone and your spinal column. Beauty, that's a nice one. Now, listen to the breath. And again, as if you are right now meditating on the Lord of the stars. Go to the crown of the head. Feel the crown of the head. We're here for only 2 more rounds of breath. We're looking for that divine nectar. Sense it, feel, and release your hands. Swing your arms all the way up to the north, and exhale, hands to the ground, shoulder distance apart. Left foot back as if you're moving through water. Chaturanga. Forward and up. Upward dog. Yep, and then go back to downward dog. So we are right now trying to work with the shoulders so we can open up the heart. So we can feel those 12 petals on your heart. And we're going to feel also those 6 petals on your pelvis. We're going to work with both of them. With an inhale, come to plank. And with an exhale, all the way to earth. So forward and down. Point with your toes to the back. And move your hands alongside your body. Palm facing down. Press your hands down. And then let's do the outward rotation of your arms. You're going to do that outward rotation of your arms so that your shoulder blades, the head of the arms, are lifting. So you're pressing your hands down, your shoulders are lifting. Now slowly, inhale, lift up both legs, and now lift up the chin, look forward. That's right. So that's how I body surf. That is the position of the body to do a really good body surf. If you do that action, that Shavasana, body surf, you're gonna be just floating in front of the wave. And we want to be in front of the wave. So we want to be right in front of the wave. So when that opportunity comes, we are there. We're there just gliding. Lift up your hands off the ground, palms facing each other. Now move your arms forward in front, towards the front. That's right. Now that's my body serve movement. Lift up the arms, lift up the legs, and release. Move your hands alongside your chest. Press the ground, roll your toes under, and lift up to downward dog. And feel your downward dog. Stay clear about your downward dog. Sense how it feels. Be clear about the feeling. Be clear about the sensation. Be clear about the now. Be clear about the moon. About how does it feel to be in right now in this planet Earth connecting to the moon. Inhale, come to plank. And exhale all the way down to earth. Point with your toes. Steady. Now move your hands alongside your body, palms facing down. And now inhale, Shalabhasana again. Stay there, because now in the pose of Shalabhasana, we're going to do movement of the arms. So maintain that action. Now take a deep inhale. Exhale, relax the pelvis. And now slowly inhale, arms forward and up, touch them. And exhale, arms back. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Only 3 more. Control the breathing. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Control the breathing. Inhale. Control your shoulders, your hips. Exhale. Control the fire. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the ground, release your feet, roll your toes under, and lift up to downward dog. So we are sensing how to prepare the body for the new moon. Because this new moon will have an impact on every one of us. Is the star maker, is the Lord of the stars, is the night maker, is the one that brings us to deep emotions. So now that we're talking about emotions, walk with your hands to the center of your mat, walk with your feet to the center of your mat, bend the knees, move your hands to your hips, flex the knees, point with your elbows up to the north, open up your heart, and with an inhale, lift all the way up, straighten the knees. And now turn around this way. Good. Stay there, feel the ground, stay alert. Now I want you to feel the stability on the left foot. Press it down, be vertical, and now lift up the right knee. Good. Now we're going to cross the right foot on top of the left thigh. So you're going to flex the right foot, you're going to cross it right halfway into the left thigh. Keep that action, feel the ground. Stay alert, and now bring your palms together in front of your heart. Stay, gather information about that action, point with the right knee to the ground, start to open up the right groin, and to challenge it even more, bend left knee, and as if you're sitting down on a stool. Stay there. I want you to observe right now the inhales and the exhales. I want you to observe the oneness in between your hands, that Anjali Mudra, in front of your heart, so we can have our heart pure, clean, stainless. Feel it. Stay alert. Gather information. Sense right now the balance, the cooperation, the integration, the synergy. We're looking for balance, we're looking for calmness, and we're looking for serenity. Only 2 more rounds of breath. We're looking for forgiveness, for compassion, kindness, unity, purity, and gently lift up. Good. Lift up the right knee up, both hands in front of the right shin, fold it deeply, and release the right foot in the ground. So though these asanas are making an impact in our ability to perceive energy, and we want to be open for the opportunities that are going to come to us. So let's continue, shift the weight to the right foot, feel the right foot and create stability. Remember, the front, the back, the right and the left of the right foot, Press them and lift up the left knee up. Feel the left knee level with the left hip joint. You maintain your sense of stability, which is a prerequisite for us to be able to understand what yoga is all about. Now, let's cross that left foot on the right thigh, flexing that left foot. Bring your palms together in front of your heart so that you understand clearly how to be united, how to find cooperation, how to sense those 12 petals on your heart. Yes, those divine qualities of the heart, bliss, peace, harmony, love, understanding. And now slowly flex that right knee, and as if you're sitting down on a stool. Stay here, stay connected, don't go anywhere, because now I want you to feel that hip opening. I want you to feel the passion and the pleasure center. That's right, that's where the pelvis is. We're opening up that just in case that the moon is going to bring us some of the blessings of the moon. So sense it, feel the breath, feel the movement of the inhale, feel the movement of the exhale, feel the movement as if you are underwater, you're floating. That's right. 2 more rounds of breath. Feel the floating. 1 more. Go a little lower and gently lift up that left knee, both hands in front of the left sheet, fold it deeply and release. Now, I want you to open up your arms shoulder level, high up. Open it up, separating the shoulder blades. And now we're going to flex your elbows and you're going to bring your palms together behind your back. So now we're going to do the Anjali Mudra, but on your back so that you can feel it really clear. Fingers are pointing down towards your tailbone. But now that you open up the collarbone, you bring the shoulder blades towards each other, I want you to rotate your hands and you're going to point with your fingers towards your spine, and then we're going to keep the rotation and you're going to point with your fingers high up in between towards your occipital, as high up as in between your shoulder blades. Now, we want to keep your forearms parallel to the ground. The elbows are going to be pointing to the back. You're going to sense that action. Feel it. Stay alert. Sense the inhales, sense the exhales. Maintain that action on your back because they are helping to open up your heart. Now, shift the weight to the right foot. Bend the left knee. Lift up the left knee up towards your chest. Cross the left foot on front of the right thigh. And we do the same pose. Now, bend the right knee and feel the ground. Maintain the occipital aligning with the right heel. Now listen to the breath. And if the new moon is bringing you something electric, what's on your head? If the moon is bringing you something magnetic, what's on your heart? What is your electromagnetic field? Can you feel the electromagnetic field? Open up those 6 petals. Open up those 12 petals. 2 more rounds of breath. Listen to the breath. 1 more. Listen to the breath. And lift up. Lift up that left knee up towards your chest. Release the left foot. Keep your hands on your back. Sense it. Now slowly lift up the right knee. Cross the right foot on top of the left thigh. Flex it. Point with the right knee to the right side. Now, using the exhale, bend the knee and start to sink and feel the ground. Open up the heart. Keep pointing with your elbows towards the back. And with the outer edges of your hands, press against your spinal column to open up the heart and to open up the groin, so that you can feel the Svadhisthana chakra and you can feel your Anahata chakra. Can you sense it? Because right now we are prostrating against the Chandra, against the night maker. Go to the crown of the head and feel the crown of the head to allow the juices to come from the crown of the head. 2 more rounds of breath. Sense it. 1 more. Listen to the breath. Go a little deeper and gently inhale, lift up. Bring that right knee forward. And now And gently release and release your hands, which is gonna feel delicious. And you feel that hip opening and you feel your heart. Sense it. Now slowly, let's do toes, heels, toes, heels. Good. And then you're gonna bring your feet that's right, a little bit wider than your hips. Now your kneecaps need to be facing your second and third toe. And now slowly, with an inhale, you're gonna lift up your arms and you're gonna bend the knees. You're gonna sit down, trying to bring the sitting bones aligning with your knees, arms up. And then exhale, opposite, stand up and arms down, as if you are underwater. Inhale, arms up, sitting down. Exhale, coordinating, looking for the divine qualities of the heart. Inhale, connect to the sense of taste and reproduction. Exhale, associate with your ovaries or your testes. Inhale, but keep your heart open and your pelvis open. Exhale. Good. And let's do two more. Inhale, high up, elbows straighten. Exhale. And let's do one more. Inhale, keep your arms lifted. And now lift up the heels off the ground. Good. Sitting bones down, aligning with your hips. Feel. Open up the groins, open up the heart. 2 more rounds of breath. Sense it. Relax your face. One more. And release the heels, lift up. Release your arms. And toes, heels towards each other. And you feel the effect of what we're doing. Inhale, lift your arms over your head, high up. Exhale, forward and down. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, and walk or jump to downward dog. You stay in downward dog. We assess the downward dog. We assess and we identify how to work with what we have. How can we open up ourselves to the new? Now slowly, bring your knees to the ground, point at your toes, separate your knees a distance apart, and then slowly walk with the hands back towards your knees and stand up on the shins. Let's rotate to the side again. Feel the breath. Now, if you have a block, I will place a block in between your heels. If you have 2 blocks, I will place the blocks on the outside of your ankles, in the ankle line, so that way you can have a support. If you don't have any of that, you work with what you have. We want to sense what it is. Now pay attention, and now move your hands to your hips. Steady. Now we're going to move the sitting bones down towards the back of the knees, and we're going to try to lift up the pubic bone up. Stay alert. Now keeping your elbows towards each other, opening up the collarbones. Take a deep inhale and lift up the torso, and with your exhale, move the pelvis forward. That's right. Inhale, lift up the torso, and with an exhale, release the right hand to the right heel. Inhale, moving the pelvis forward. Exhale, moving the left hand to the left heel. Inhale, moving the torso forward. Exhale, you head back. Stay there. And now, feel the pose. Open up the collarbones. Remember the outward rotation of your arms? Feel the outward rotation of your arm. Feel your toenails. Press your toenails downward. Press your shins downward. Move the pelvis forward. Lift up the torso away from the pelvis. 2 more rounds of breath. Observe what's on the heart. Observe what's going on. What are the divine qualities of your heart? Bliss, peace, harmony, love, understanding, empathy, clarity, purity, unity, compassion, kindness, forgiveness. And gently lift up. And let's go down to child's pose. And keep your arms alongside your body, palms facing up, and identify right now What is going on? What's happening right now within you? What is the present condition? Can you feel the nectar? Yes, we're looking for nectar because we love nectar. Can you feel the nectar? Identify the nectar. Feel the sacred bone. Feel your holy bone. The seed of the organs of procreation. And now slowly, let's do it again. Stand up on the shins, separate your feet, hip distance apart, maintaining the alignment. Feel the breath, stay alert. And now slowly bring your palms together in front of your heart. Set a set. Again, if you have the block, you place it in between your inner arches so that you can feel stability there. Because now we're going to do 7. With an inhale, lift up the chest and look to the back. And exhale and lift. Inhale, slow motion as if you're moving through water. Exhale, slow motion. 5. Inhale, open up the collarbones, opening up the breastbone. Exhale, push with the top of your feet down to help you lift. 4 more. Inhale, fill up the lungs, inflate. Exhale, control the breath so you control the action. 3 more. Inhale, so you're here. You're not gonna fall back because you're here. Exhale, let's do 2 more. Inhale, open up the heart. Open up the groins, exhale, and let's do just 1 more. Inhale, open up the heart, collarbones open, exhale, bring your toes together, and let's go to child's pose. Keep your arms alongside your body, palms facing up so that you understand what's happening. Go back to a kid, bring a kid's mindset. So that way you can begin as new, as if you are new, with purity, with kindness, with forgiveness, with clarity, with empathy, with compassion, with harmony, with understanding, with bliss, with peace. And 1 more time. Stand up on the shins, separate your feet. Maintain your knees, press your toenails in the ground because this time open up your arms to the sides, flex your elbows, bring your hands behind your back, and we then rotate your hands, fingertips pointing towards your occipital, pressing the heels of your hands towards each other, moving your elbows towards the back so that way you understand. Remember, you're going to use the edges of your hands to open up the heart, bringing the oneness on your back to open up the front so that we can use synergy, we can use cooperation. Press your feet in the ground, maintain that stability, and now we're just going to do again 7. Inhale to the back, elbows towards each other. Exhale, using the breath to help you move. Inhale to the back, lean to the back. Exhale, pressing the feet down, remember to help you lift. Inhale, opening up the heart, opening up the collarbones. Exhale, using the breath to help us get to the next level. 4 more. Inhale, using the prana. Exhale, and the apana vayu. 3. Inhale, press against your spinal column. Exhale, let's do 2 more. Inhale, long inhale, full inhale. Exhale, total exhalation. So cleanse. 1 more. Inhale, nourishment in the heart. Exhale, release your hands, bring your toes together and bow. And relax your forehead in the ground, relax your arms alongside your body, palms facing up, and we look at the now. We look right now at the Lord of Stars. We look at the crown of the head so that we can identify where that divine nectar of immortality is. The divine nectar of immortality comes in those vital fluids that come from the crown of the head. So sense it, be clear about it, pay attention to what's going on, and now slowly move your hands alongside your knees, lift up the torso to an upright position, steady. Now let's rotate this way, good, steady. Now slowly, what I want you to do is I want you to move your pelvis to the left side of your mat, and you're going to bring the top of the right foot on the arch of the left. Both knees are going to be facing the front, all right? And you're going to keep that left hand on the outside of the left hip joint to give you a sense of verticality, because now we want to look for that sense of verticality. We don't want to lose the sense of verticality. And when we rotate, we want to feel that you are rotating on the vertical axis. You follow me? Now slowly, you're going to move now that right hand palm facing down underneath the left thigh, so you feel that connection. Maintain your sense of verticality, open up the left arm to the left side, and with an exhale, you're going to swing that left arm behind your back, and you're going to grab the groin on the right, or you can grab that right heel. With an inhale, you're going to lift up the torso, inflate, and with an exhale, you're going to use your hands to help you rotate, because we're wringing out the toxicity. The moon is going to affect your waters. And you have within you oceans, you have rivers, you have lakes, you have little creeks, you have all kinds of fluidity, the same way that planet Earth has it. So what we're doing right now is we are reorganizing that movement. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Now, let's do a little bit of a back bend. Feel the back bend. Sense the back bend. Move the bottom angle of the shoulder blades against the back ribs to open up your heart. And now, rotate your head and look past that right collarbone. Stay there. Feel the inhales and feel the exhales. Stay alert. Gather information about the feelings. Gather information about the sensation. Gather information about what's happening right now. Stay connected to the sense of taste and reproduction. So bring association with your testes, with your ovaries. So feel how to produce testosterone and estrogen. So meditate in it. Obtain freedom from enemies. Obtain eloquence, clarity. Obtain the loss of fear of water, awareness of astral entities, of your second wheel, of the mediator in the heart. Rotate a little deeper, and let's come back to the center. And now we switch. We move the pelvis to the right side of your mat. You move both feet to the left side. You bring the top of the left foot on the arch of the right, so the right is supporting the left. Both knees are facing the front. You're sensing the back of your head aligning with your sacrum. So stay vertical. So that's what the right hand is helping you. So you don't lean too much to the right. The right pushes so that you get the sense of verticality, because you want to rotate on the vertical axis as there is a puppeteer pulling your head up, because that's where the nectar of immortality comes from, according to the yogis, all right? So that's what they are saying. I'm just sharing with you what I know about it, that I get from the yogis. I pass it along to you. I want to give you the best. I want to continue improving. How can we improve this action, this interaction? Move now that left hand, palm facing down, underneath the right leg, so you feel that there is a stability, there is creativity there. You are creating stability. Open up the right arm to the right side, and with an exhale, swing that right arm to the back, and you're going to grab the inside of the left thigh. So you're going to use the fingers to connect, to keep your connection with the crease of that left groin. You feel that connection. Sometimes when I do that, I try to use my fingers to grab the thigh, the hip bone, so that you can feel that frontal hip bones. You feel that connection, which is solid. Now with an inhale, lift up the torso, and maintaining your sense of verticality, exhale, we rotate. So you're going to rotate with the shoulders. You're going to rotate with your torso. Your pelvis is going along with it, but you're not rotating the lumbar. The rotation happens in the thoracic. Opening up the collarbones, feeling the bottom angle of the shoulder blades pressing against the back ribs, moving the breastbone up with every inhale, allowing the diaphragm to coil back in with the exhale, so you go a little deeper. Now let's do a little bit of a back bend. Feel the back bend, and now slowly rotate your head now to the opposite side, and stay there. And I want you to feel, what is the feeling of the now? Can you identify the now? Can you be clear about how does it feel? Can you be clear about those vital fluids moving through water, looking for those properties of water, which are cohesion, polarity, adhesion. That's right. Going to understand the unconscious, the conscious, the subconscious, so we can use then, yes, the Anahata chakra, the pure, clean area, the stainless, at the center of opposite forces. Yes, earth and heaven. Sense it. Open up the heart. Feel right now the divine qualities of the heart. Feel the understanding, the compassion, the kindness. Feel the bliss, the peace, the love, the harmony, the forgiveness, the purity, the unity. Twist a little bit more. Feel that full rotation. Back bend. And gently release. Rock yourself forward. Come up to your hands and knees. Roll your toes. And lift up to downward dog. And in downward dog, observe the feeling. Observe the sensation. Observe how it feels. Be clear about it. Be clear about what is happening right now. Understand it. Feel it. Now with an inhale, come to plank. And with an exhale, all the way down to earth. Point with your toes. Let's rotate this rotation. Good. Steady. And now move your arms forward. Walk with your hands forward. Lift up the right leg. Lift up. Keep the right knee straightened. We're going to do now an inward rotation of the right leg. Release the right foot, lift up the left leg. You press the right foot down, you lift up the left leg. You do an inward rotation of the left leg, and then you release it. Now, lift up your arms high up, forward, look forward, lift up your chin, look forward, lift up the legs. Now, bend the knees, reach with your hands, and with your hands, grab your ankles. Feel that action. Keep the collarbones open. Feel the pubic bone down. Press it and lift up the torso. The torso first. Thank you, Cesar. Lift up the torso first. So now we're going to start to move the shins towards the back. You're going to try to move the shins towards the back. Lift up the heels. Steady. Now lift up the thighs. Beauty. Sense it. Now feel the breath. Open up the heart. What do you want? Lift up a little bit higher. One more, one higher, and gently release, steady. Feel how it feels, stay alert, gather information, because obviously we're gonna do it again. Good. Move your arms forward. Grow with your arms, good. Now lift up your arms, lift up the legs. Now bend the knees, flex your elbows. And this time, I want you to rotate your arms inwardly. You're going to grab the arms outwardly. Then you're going to grab the inside of your feet. You're going to flex your feet. You're going to move the knees towards each other, heels towards each other. And now, lift up. Feel the lifting. Now, I want you to move your inner ankles towards each other, and with your hands press out so that you can feel the synergy. Opening up the heart, lifting up your thighs. Listen to the inhale, listen to the exhales. Make the back of your neck long. Beauty. Lift up the thighs, lift up the heels higher, and gently release. And rest your head to the opposite side. So it's about understanding how can we improve what we have. How can we make your body the best body that you can have? How can you use the energy and be smart about energy so that you can take full advantage of the energy? Move your arms forward, steady, feel it. Lift up your arms, lift up the legs. Good. Go really long. That's right. Sense the inhale, sense the exhale. Move the torso away from the pelvis. There we go. A little bit higher. Sense it. Now move your arms alongside your body. Good. Bend the knees. Steady. Now we're going to grab again, but this time you're going to move your hands to the top of the beginning of your toes. And now inhale, lift up. That's a beauty. Opening up the collarbones. Don't allow your knees to splay to the outside. Move the knees towards each other. Lift up a little bit higher. Open up the heart. 2 more rounds of breath. Make the back of your neck long. 1 more. And gently release. Good. And now flip your body over. And come to a supine position. Feel how it feels. Bring the knees to your chest. Steady. Hands in front of the shin. Bring your forehead and your knees to touch. Now release your head, release your shoulders. Release both feet in the ground. Release your arms to the ground. Now we're going to lift up the right foot off the ground. We're going to flex the right foot. We're going to move the same principle we did before. You're going to flex the right foot and you're going to move the ankle right in front of the left thigh. You're going to press that action. You can move that left foot slightly to the center. Press both hands in the ground. Press that left foot in the ground and inhale, lift up the pelvis. Steady. Now keep your hands solid. Feel it. Lift up the pelvis. Now I want you with the right knee push. The right knee forward and downward. So the right knee is going forward and downward. The left knee is stable. So bring the inner and the outer side of the left knee to squeeze towards the center to create stability. You're lifting up the pelvis. You're opening up the right groin. Lift up the pelvis a little bit higher. And release the pelvis and release the right foot next to the left in the center. Feel how it feels. Steady. Move the left knee towards your chest. Flex the left foot. Move the left foot on top of the right thigh. Feeling that the ankle joint is aligning with the thigh bone. Press your hands down. Inhale, lift up the pelvis. Steady. Feel the stability on that right foot. Feel the stability on the right knee. So feel the inside of the outside of the right knee and squeeze towards the center to create stability, because we need to have something. We need to have that point where we can rotate in that center. That's what we do with the sun. We rotate on that vertical axis. Press down. Lift up the pelvis. Now start to push the left knee forward and downward. So the left knee forward and downward, the left sitting bone up, opening up the left groin, pressing that right heel down, maintaining stability on the right knee, pressing your hands down, lift up the pelvis a little bit higher, and gently release, and release. Now that left foot. Bring both knees to your chest, steady. Bring your forehead to meet the knees, cuddle, tight together. Release your head, release the shoulders. Steady, release both feet in the ground. And now move your hands alongside your ears. Prepare your hands in the ground, fingers pointing towards your shoulder blades, elbows pointing away from your knees, but there is a relationship between them because we're looking for the synergy. Press the ground with your hands, with your feet, take a deep inhale, and exhale, lift all the way up, and take a moment to improve the pose. That's right. Take a moment and feel the inward rotation of your thighs and feel the outward rotation of your arms. That's right. Now press and straighten the knees. Open up the heart, open up the armpits, open up the groins. That's a beauty. Open up your perception and gently tucking the chin and land directly to the shoulder blades, sensing how it feels. Stay alert. Gather information about the vibrations of the now. Gather information about the nectar that you are releasing. Bring both knees to the chest and let's look for nectar. Bring the heels of your feet towards each other. Separate the knees. With your hands, grab your ankles. Move and direct your heels to move towards your pubic bone. Push the inner knees out. Stay alert. Supta Baddha Konasana. Sense the inhale, sense the exhale. Push the inner knees out. Remember that action. Open up the heart. And now hold on with the right hand, the outer edge of the right foot. With your left hand, hold on to the outer edge of the left foot. Separate your feet. Move now your ankles directly on top of your knee joints, so you feel with your shins how to be vertical. And now with your hands, pull. And with your feet, push. You're feeling the pushing and the pulling. And you're feeling your sacrum moving towards the ground. Sensing right now the area of passion, the center of pleasure. That's right. Can you feel the seed of the organs of reproduction? Meditate on it. Obtain freedom from guilt. Yes, that's the area where we hold guilt. So feel. Stay alert. Being clear. Let go of the fear of loss, of water. Bring awareness to the astral entities. And gently release. Feel the release, steady. Now, separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Bring the right foot on top of the left thigh. The same principle, flexing. Open up your arms shoulder level. And with an exhale, let's do an easy twist towards the right, looking to the left, and allowing the freedom of energy, the fluidity that right now we are unleashing from that left hip joint. So we have little ligaments, tendons, and muscles right now that they are right now being challenged. Your challenge is to release all the negative emotions, fear of death, guilt. Let them go and feel the breath and allow your knees to fall, especially that left knee down so that you can open up the left hip joint. Following the inhale, lift up the knees. Following the exhale, you release the right foot. Following the inhale, lift up the left foot, place it. And following the exhale, we allow now both knees to go towards the left, and you look to the right. And you sense right now, what's going on with that quadratus lumborum? What's going on that IT band on the right? What's going on from within you? Can you let go? Can you surrender? Can you dare? Can you dare to release your nectar? Can you share the nectar? But to share the nectar, you need to identify your nectar. So feel and release it. Let the flow, Let that new moon to come and give you newness so that you can continue changing life. We are committed to change lives. We want to change our lives. We have to start with us first. 2 more rounds of breath. Allow it to relax. 1 more. Release it even more. And gently, slowly lift up. Good. Release that left foot. Bring your forehead and your knees to touch. Steady. Sense it. And release your head. Release your feet. Release your arms, palms facing down. Bring both knees to the chest. Press with your hands, press the ground. Lift up the pelvis. Good. Now, keep the knees close to the chest and keep the heels close to your buttocks. Now, interlock the fingers. Walk your shoulder blades towards each other. So right shoulder blade moving towards the left shoulder blade moving towards the right shoulder blade, and then slowly pressing your arms down, lift up the legs up, straighten the knees, high up. Good. Press with your forearms down, feel the lifting, activate, sense the inhales, sense the exhales. I want you to press down and lift up the sacrum upward. Feel the sacrum lifting, feel the legs lifting, open up the groin, sense, feel the lifting, use the sacrum to help you lift up the legs a little bit higher with your legs, higher, activate a little bit of a back bend. Remember the Shalabhasana action? There we go. Feel the Shalabhasana action, point with your toes, high up, feel the Shalabhasana action, a little bit of a back bend. Listen to the breath. Press your forearms down. We're here for only 4 more rounds of breath. Open up the groins. Sense it. Open up the heart. 1 more. A little bit higher. And gently bring the knees to the chest. Release your hands to the ground. And round your back. All the way to the ground. Bend the knees. Keep your feet flat in the ground. Feel how it feels. Stay alert. Stay there and sense it. Keep your arms alongside your body and observe what's going on right now. What is real? What is not right now? Sense it. We're trying our best. We're trying our best to communicate with you and to share with you what we know is the best. And what is the best for us is what makes us feel free, what makes us feel happy, and what brings us love. That's the best. I am committed to bring you the best. So I am trying to observe how to use my intelligence to make it better for you. But I need your collaboration. I need your communication. I need for you to give me information about it. Like lovers, they need to communicate clearly. Because without you, I will not be here. And without me, you will not be here. So we are interconnected. Sense it. Be clear about it. Bring your knees and your forehead to touch. Rock yourself back and forth. And come up to a seated position. Let's rotate in the center. Now observe how you cross the legs. Now switch the crossing of your legs. So we let go of our habits. Relax your hands on top of your knees, on top of your thighs, or on your lap. If you relax your hands on your lap, you bring the right hand supported by the left. Open up the collarbones. Open up your heart. And I want you to feel right now with your chin level, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to feel those 12 petals on your heart. The central chakra, the Anahata chakra, the unstruck, unhurt, unbeaten chakra, the pure, clean, stainless chakra, the center of opposite forces. Now, Move your attention to your Svadhisthana chakra, to your sacral chakra, 6 petals that represents the modes of consciousness. It's the connection to the sense of taste and reproduction. That's right, sense it. It's the seat of the organ of reproduction, so meditate in it. Pay attention, palms together in front of your heart. Bow towards the wisdom of the inside. And namaste.